Hi. So I would like to build a bar in my space because it's summer almost in Cape Town or South Africa, and with summertime and Christmas times, I tend to get a lot of visitors, family, friends, having a good time, having a jolly time, so forth. So I would like to build a budget bar in my space, not too fancy, try to keep the cost as minimum as possible. I got a couple of wood, I got sand, I got whatever is outside in the yard, I can see what I can use. But let me just show you which particular section I'm going to use for the bar area. Hi guys, so this is the section that I would like to use for the bar. As you can see, I got a 5 meter wall. That will be the background for the bar, and I also have this particular section here just next to the wall. But overall, I want to start by finding a zinc or placing a zinc in this particular corner. I need to do the measurements in terms of how high I would like the zinc to be and stand. Then I obviously would like to use the 3 tiles as a space for the bar because I need to at least have some space for the couch, the TV and everything. So I need to just be cognizant in terms of the spacing as well, not to be too crowded. Therefore, I would love to place the table in between these two rows of tiles, so at least it gives me enough space to maneuver when I do enter the bar area. So hopefully in time, with your suggestions and recommendations, which accessories to include, which lighting, or considerations that I would like to include to have this bar look at least decent as possible, but also budget friendly. So I want to keep the cost to a minimum and use whatever I have in my yard. I will share with you guys shortly now in terms of what I have in my yard, and then we can take it from there. But obviously I'm going to incur a couple of costs such as screws, bolts, obviously the zinc which I'll buy second hand, hopefully getting a decent countertop with shelves and door handles. But I would at least, I'll do my absolute best to keep the cost to a minimum. It obviously is going to be summertime, so I at least want whoever visits me to come feel like it's a good space to be around. They can enjoy themselves and whatever the case may be. Obviously this side I do have the bathroom and obviously my sleeping area, but yeah, hopefully let's see what I can do and so forth. Okay, so I'm just gonna share with you what I have in the yard and what I've done thus far. It's a little bit windy outside, as you can see. It's quite windy, but anyway, so I have some loose wood laying around, battens, spur lines. Obviously I got a waste pipe. I need to get a longer waste pipe, so forth. I got some tiles that I can still use to see what I can do with it, so I'm not too sure how I'm gonna use that tiles. I got some loose bricks, concrete blocks. But the main takeaway is that I have these wood here. These are obviously now the wood I'm going to use, or see how I can use this wood. But with this wood I also would like to put a roof here. As you can see, we want to at least close this section, so when it does rain or when it's windy like today, we can obviously minimize the sand and the dust. So moving a little bit forward, when I spoke earlier on about the zinc, as you can see, the zinc will be placed somewhere here. Given that we have this pole here, we're gonna try and make sure that the water and the waste is, just close the gate a little bit, that the water and the waste drilling and pipes obviously enter this side, so we don't obviously want to mess up this particular section. Then I've done some trenching for the pipes to kind of flow nicely to the waste, and we're gonna get water from, so this is a basin's wastage and water, so we're gonna get the water from this particular white pipe, and then we'll obviously have the zinc's wastage flow into the basin's wastage all the way down to the main section, which is the toilet, and the wastage there, which is the drain. So I've done some digging already. I need to complete this section and hopefully make it look much more presentable. So we do live on the mountain. As you can see, this is a lot of rocks and so forth because we live near the mountain. So the foundation and the sand and the ground we have is quite strong and durable. But yeah, moving a bit forward, as you can see, I have a couple of things that I can save on, and that is to ensure that I don't spend unnecessary, and I'll make sure that it looks decent enough for my liking and to host people and to have a jolly time. And by the way, as you can see, I do have a vehicle. It's currently not running at the moment. It needs some tender loving care, but it can start. It can do a couple of things for me in terms of transportation, getting stuff at the store, picking up roof sheets. So yeah, at least I got a vehicle. And then finally, I do have some sand. So whether I need to build outside or make it a little bit neater or build inside, I have sufficient sand. I just need to get cement from the store if I need to build. Then I should be sorted. But yeah, overall, I'm happy to start the project. I'm gonna then obviously proceed from here onwards. So I will be documenting the entire process from tomorrow onwards in terms of what I'm going to do. I believe I'm going to start with finding a second-hand zinc and a tap. Then I will obviously proceed to do some trenching or finish the trenching outside, so I can at least know the piping will be laid and there will be a decent flow for the water to go, obviously to flow out. Then I'm going to do some measurements in terms of the table, the chairs, the distance between myself and the wall, what will be behind the wall. I don't have any idea in terms of how I would like the bar to look like, but I have a basic format in terms of table, chairs, hopefully find a cheap fridge. But yeah, I would love your suggestions and your recommendations in terms of what I can include under the project and how I can revitalize the project, obviously with videos that will be coming out of the series, and obviously incorporate exactly what you guys have mentioned and see what the final outcome would look like. So stay tuned. I will be documenting as much as I can. So it will be a nice project for me to do because it's summer in Cape Town, or it's going to be summer, spring now. And I want to have a good vibe, a good, kind of be the good host when it comes to the Christmas, New Year's, festive season. So stay tuned and thank you very much for watching.